Right now, on News 8 at 10, voted out of office. Muscatine City Council deciding to remove the city's mayor tonight. Why the mayor says the fight's not over yet.
Just a bunch of cops swarming the area. That's not something I see every day. So it was a really weird experience, but wow.
Plus, the search for a man with a gun in Moline comes to an end. What led to his capture and why police say they could have been his target.
Live from WQAD, this is News 8 at 10.
Good evening, I'm Jim Mertens.
And I'm Denise Sinitka. Thank you for joining us tonight. Our top story at 10. Tonight, the Muscatine City Council unanimously votes to remove Mayor Diana Brodersen from office. The City Council and Mayor have been battling for almost a year, with council members already stripping her of most of her powers. News 8's Jenna Morton is live in Muscatine, where the mayor vows to keep fighting for her job.
This critical meeting lasted just 3 minutes. There was no discussion. There was just a unanimous vote. Brodersen says the first thing tomorrow she's going to file an appeal and take her case to a judge.
I move that the council execute Mr. Manera's proposal order.
And just like that,
the motion is approved with all ayes.
Mayor Diana Brodersen was voted out of office.
It was 7-0 with no discussion, and that's pretty much how it's been since I've been elected.
Hereby move.
Council members decided Brodersen violated city code, and those actions cost taxpayers $100,000. Brodersen says their evidence is baseless, and some of her supporters say it's a gender issue. Everyone on the council is male.
All the people that came out to vote, they had an understanding when they voted that things would be a certain way, and it is not happening for them. So I'm disappointed for the office of mayor, for the entire state, as well as for all of the voters.
But Brodersen says the fight's not over. She's going to take her case to court, which is where she wanted it in the first place.
We will prevail once we get this to a proper jurisdiction in district court.
But her supporters aren't happy with how Muscatine's council went about this entire process.
You don't have people that decide on an impeachment to also judge the person. That's not constitutional.
Look at all the money they're wasting on simple things that she really didn't do anything wrong.
One thing's for sure, the council's decision is not the last word for Brodersen.
We're not going to give up. We're going to keep on fighting until we prevail.
Throughout this whole process, council members have not made any public comment. That was the case tonight. Brodersen says her attorney will ask that her case be expedited. She says if her case is overruled, she will think about running for mayor again. Reporting live in Muscatine, Jenna Morton, WQAD News 8.
Thank you, Jenna. And Muscatine Alderman at Large, Scott Natvig, will replace Brodersen as mayor until November's election. Weather-wise, a lot nicer out there tonight than yesterday, and that nice weather should continue a few days.
Yeah, that's an understatement. And Storm Track AT meteorologist James Era joins us with a first look at the weather. James?
A very peaceful evening it has been. We'll make it a very peaceful night as well. Check out the temperatures that we currently have around eastern Iowa and northwestern Illinois. Not all too bad out there. We got temperatures around the upper 50s, but still some lower 60s popping up here and there as well. Currently in the Quad Cities, we have a temperature of 59 degrees. Just a few clouds here and there. Call it a fair to partly cloudy sky after a daytime high of 71 degrees. Dew point at 53, pretty close to what we could be seeing as we head overnight. Promising another spring day, and then we get a little touch of summer in the forecast. In fact, it's not even a touch. It's a good glaze of it. I don't know how you explain it, but it's going to last for more than one day, and I'll explain why coming up in just a few minutes. Denise?
Thank you, James. A developing story in Moline tonight where police went door to door searching for an armed man.
The man allegedly told police he'd shoot officers if he were ever confronted. News 8's Elizabeth Wattis was on the scene when the search was happening. She joins us now in the studio to explain how police finally caught their man.
Jim and Denise, this manhunt all started in Silvis when police were looking for a man involved in a shots fired call. Moline police then found a truck matching the description Silvis police sent out, and that's when the hunt went from car to on foot.
Did you guys check? Did you shut the door on that?
To see all the cops outside, surrounding the block, it is a scary experience.
A scene right out of a movie.
Yeah, we've got a perimeter at both corners, north and south.
It unfolded in this tucked-away Moline neighborhood. Dozens of armed Moline police officers went door to door.
Was that garage clear?
Yes, it was.
Searching for this man, 21-year-old Jay Fuller, who was armed and allegedly had said before if he ever came in contact with a police officer, he'd shoot them.
I've been searching the truck here, and I actually found the suspect's phone in the truck.
Fuller was found driving this truck when police say he jumped out, ran, and hid. The question was where?
Just a bunch of cops swarming the area. That's not something I see every day. Wow.
Neighbors watched in fear for more than an hour as police and canines searched.
Are you close to it?
Until finally,
He's been located, so they feel safe.
Fuller, the man in the black shirt, was found hiding in this garage. It's also where police say they found a handgun.
It's good. It's good to have this end without no one being injured and everybody going home safely.
Turning this movie scene back into just another day in the neighborhood.
Thank you for catching the guy.
Now, Fuller had 2 warrants out for his arrest, one for aggravated battery of a police officer, the other criminal trespass. Charges are also pending for the traffic stop in Moline. Jim?
All right, thank you, Elizabeth. There were also shots fired reported in Rock Island this morning. Police don't yet know if Fuller was involved in that incident.
Tonight, at least one person was sent to a hospital after a car crash on Avenue of the Cities. Police say that 2 cars collided on the Avenue and 48th Street in Moline, right next to Arby's and the U.S. Bank. One of the drivers was sent to Genesis Hospital in Silvis with non-life-threatening injuries. No word on what happened to the other driver. Police haven't said what caused that crash. Cities in Iowa are working to crack down on human trafficking by requiring licenses for massage businesses.
Yesterday, Governor Terry Branstad signed a bill into law that allows Iowa cities to further regulate massage parlors. Communities can choose to require a special license or background check before allowing new massage businesses to open. Advocates say the change could help cut down on illegal activity, and they say the law puts power into local communities' hands.
A change for Iowa drivers starting July 1st. Iowa is tightening traffic laws around garbage trucks. Drivers need to slow down, change lanes if possible, and move with caution around those trucks. They'll need to observe the same laws when approaching police cars and first responders.
A grand bargain to end the ongoing Illinois budget battle may be out of reach right now in the state Senate. Senate President John Cullerton's plan to pass a package of 12 budget bills ground to a halt as Republican leaders say the legislation is not ready, and the governor says a property tax freeze is still needed. That puts local school districts caught in the middle of another year facing uncertain funding. Teacher layoff notices went out in March, and superintendents say their districts may have to shut down early next school year if lawmakers don't pass something soon.
It's having a profound impact on the East Moline School District. And if the state doesn't do something by May 31st of this year, we'll lose another year. We'll lose another generation potentially of students that are growing up under a funding model that does not work for all kids.
Both Humphreys and Rock Island Milan School Superintendent Mike Oberhaus say their best case scenario now is to see the same amount of money from the state as last year, but they admit there's no guarantee. Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner was booed during graduation ceremonies today for Chicago State University. Last year, Chicago State was forced to lay off 400 employees. That's 40% of the staff due to a shortage of money. Many blame the governor for failing to get a budget passed. Governor Rauner says the boos should be directed at other lawmakers instead. He says he feels the students' frustration and wants to reach a compromise as soon as possible. Still ahead on News 8 at 10, right place, right time.
Meet the Iowa high school student being hailed as a hero, how he saved a man's life just in the nick of time.
Plus, why an Iowa soldier who died more than 75 years ago in the attack at Pearl Harbor is getting a special ceremony today.
You're watching WQAD. This is News 8 at 10.